Happy Bookmas and welcome back to Alexandria Loves Books. Ba-da-boo! I don't know about you, but my physical TBR is overflowing and it's become quite overwhelming. Let's just say I can buy books way faster than I can read them. There's just so many books I want to read and so many books I want to buy, but I feel guilty when there's so many unread books in my home library. So let's get working on a TBR takedown. My goal for this video is to read 5 books in 5 days. So let's get to work. My strategy for this challenge is to read the shortest books on my TBR. So I have these 5 books picked out. They are all under 300 pages. I do have a few other options. I'm not sure if we'll stick to these, but these are the ones that I'm thinking of. Now, which one do I want to read? I think I know, but I'm also nervous. I'm starting a little late today for day 1. It is like, I don't know, 11 a.m. I would prefer to start earlier. That way I don't feel too rushed to finish it by the end of the day. But I think I am going to pick the longest book out of the 5, which is Dating After the End of the World by Jeneva Rose. This is 291 pages. This is a zombie apocalypse romance. And listen, I know this is a Bookmas video for you, but I'm pre-filming because these things take time. And it is currently October, spooky season, and I want to read a zombie apocalypse romance during spooky season. So I hope you don't mind a little zombie action around Christmas and the holidays. All is fair in love and the apocalypse. Am I right? Casey Pearson grew up with a doomsday prepping father. At 18, tired of living an unconventional life, she left home, vowing never to return. More than a decade later, a mysterious viral outbreak changes everything, including the people it infects, turning them into zombie-like creatures. It's the end of the world and no one saw it coming. Well, except for Casey's father. With no place left to run and danger lurking around every corner, Casey is forced to return home. Upon arrival, she's surprised to find that her dad has hunkered down with a group of survivors, including her arch nemesis, Blake Morrison, the high school bully who made Casey's teenage years a living hell. While struggling to live on the compound, face outside threats, and survive alongside her handsome enemy, Casey will learn that although the world has ended, hers is just beginning. If you like the weird eye stuff in Butcher and Blackbird, there's some gross eye stuff in here too. There's more eye stuff. I can't. Oh my gosh. This is so gross. Nate sucks. As soon as Nate was introduced, I was like, oh no. Because he's not the love interest, so why is a man there? Oh, if my man did that during a zombie apocalypse, oh, I don't know what I'd do, but I wouldn't be happy. Whatever this is, it's clearly some sort of virus, but unlike anything we've seen before, it sickens the brain more so than the body. But the real question is, where did it come from? Was it made in a lab, or has God had enough of us? She's trying so hard to not let Blake have like the upper hand, or like she's trying to like get him back because she hates him for everything that he did to her in high school. But really, I'm just getting a secondhand embarrassment. Like, it's so obvious that he's right about something in this scene, and she keeps being like, no, like I can do this, like, and she just keeps trying and then like failing and proving him right, and I'm just like, girl, stop. This is uncomfortable to read. At the end of their fight, where they're like mad at each other but also kind of flirting, she groans and stomps her foot. This is giving me secondhand embarrassment. Like, you're acting like a toddler having a tantrum. I love her so much. I'm kind of mad with her dad. You know that this man bullied your daughter, at least at one point. Why are you buddy-buddy with him? I look bald. I'm a little over halfway on chapter 24, page 160. And so far, it's okay. I don't have anything special to say on it. I think what's really holding it strong is just the unique premise. I don't necessarily like Casey all that much. I don't understand her too much. Like I've learned about her backstory a little bit. I've learned about what she struggles with and everything that goes with her and Blake and their history and the pain and the mocking and the bullying and then not trusting him and all of that. And I understand her family past and stuff, but I also still don't feel connected to her. And she does annoy me at times. She makes choices that I don't understand because in her inner dialogue and in the outward dialogue, she's never expressing why she's doing the things she's doing. And I'm like, why do you need to be doing that? I don't understand Blake and what his deal is, because clearly he was a bully, which I don't like bully romances, but I was just like, you know, willing to give this a chance because I really like the premise and the idea of it. It's really fun and a great book for spooky season. But with how he's acting now and knowing the past, I'm like, what do you want? How do you feel about her? I don't know. If this book had like a basic premise, this could be a 2-star. Right now it's at a 3-star because the premise is interesting and I'm curious where this story is gonna go. I also I wish the love story was stronger. Like I wish they had just genuine moments to like bond and grow together and like learn about each other and like break down their walls. But instead it's like we get a flashback of how things were between them in high school, and then there's weird teasing, flirting, mocking, and they haven't grown though emotionally together. So not a great book, but I'm still like interested in it. I don't understand them. The romance in this is not well written. It's not great. I wanted a deep heart-to-heart. They had such a short, brief one, 200 pages in, and that was enough for her. They never had any moments of like emotionally connecting throughout all of this. So where did any, not that they've announced their love but for each other, but where did the love grow or come from? There was no moment for that to grow, and it's frustrating. Also, you find out within the first 10 pages that she's in a relationship, okay? She is engaged at the beginning of the book, and obviously it's a romance book, and Blake Morrison is the love interest, so obviously her fiance is not around for long. I'll leave it at that. She has not once talked about it or even thought about her former fiance and what happened. You were engaged to that man. It's been 200 pages and she hasn't even thought about it to herself. Like, oh, can't believe that happened. I have to process that. This man that I loved and promised my forever to. So yeah, overall, the emotional depth in all aspects is lacking in this book, in pretty much all of the relationships. This third act conflict is stupid. I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like this. I want it to be done. 60 pages left. Just 60. I can get through this. What? No. Ew. If you are squeamish at all, this is not the book for you. Oh my gosh! Well, I finished Dating After the End of the World by Jeneva Rose. And as you can tell, I overall did not have many positive things to say. I think the only positive thing I had to say was unique premise. And that still is the only thing that I liked about this book. I don't like Blake and Casey. I don't know them well enough. It wasn't deep enough emotionally. I don't believe their love. I don't think they should really be together with how their story played out. That third act conflict just frustrated me. And then the way that the ending played out, I did not like that. It made me mad, made me upset. So this is a 2-star. I earlier was like, it's a 3-star right now. The only thing really holding it up is its premise. But if something else goes bad, it's gonna go lower, and it did. I don't like the characters. I don't think this was very developed well. But hey, I'm glad I read it. This was very, not atmospheric, that is not the right word, but it aligned with the spooky season vibes. I was grossed out with the zombie stuff quite a bit. And that's one less book on my physical TBR. A win is a win. Last night, after finishing Dating After the End of the World, I got food poisoning. And I still don't feel 100% my best, so I really just want to lay in bed and watch BookTube. My Watch Later playlist on YouTube is 299 videos long, and most of those are BookTube. There's not enough time in the day, and I would rather do that than read, but I gotta read. But that's why we are reading a novella today. This is Powerful, the first novella in the Powerless trilogy. So it goes Powerless, Powerful, then Reckless, Fearless, and then the novella Fearful. It's 220 pages, but the font is big and the margins are huge, so it's not a lot of words. I'm currently on page 70, chapter 7, and it comes with a little bookmark ribbon. So this follows a side character from the first book, and we're getting a little bit more of her story. We met a new character, Mac, and I really like the dynamics between our two main characters. But I will admit, I'm struggling to get through it and to read it. I started it really early this morning, and I think it's because I'm not feeling my best right now. I was struggling to focus on what I was reading, and then I kept rereading the same sentence over and over again, and then I'd be like, wait, you've already read this. Why are you reading it? Oh, because I don't even know what the words I read were. And so I'm struggling. I have every intention of talking about you till morning. I think I can finish this in like an hour and a half. So let's lock in. Current thoughts, I don't really have much. Because it's a novella, it's hard because we're not getting as like emotionally deep with our two main characters. But I am enjoying it. I think it's sweet. I like the grumpy sunshine. We just heard a little bit more about Mac's backstory, and my heart reached out to him onto the page, but nothing, I don't have any like too strong of thoughts. I'm just kind of like here for the ride. As if I can stop myself from admiring how easily a laugh parts her soft lips. The way the sun warms her skin as though she was meant to be cloaked in light. It's how joy bubbles out of her in the form of clapping hands and endearing rambles. It's the way my thoughts never cease to wander toward her, my heart falling senselessly after. And I fear that I've admired every inch of her. Lauren Roberts writes the best lines. So far, I've only read, the two men written by Lauren Roberts, Kai and Mac. And the things they think, the things they say, makes me love them. And the way he calls her hun and honey because she loves sticky buns. I'm sorry. I'm quite sure that even the stars are envious of you. This man. I wasn't expecting much from this, and I'm still not. But some of these lines, I'm really nervous. This might actually break me. Is this gonna break me? I haven't really been that invested for the majority of it. This might break me. Maybe not. Maybe I'm giving it too much emotional power over me. Oh my God. Well, I finished a second book on my physical TBR, and I was right. It did break me. I'm unwell, and I think it's such a good story. I think it's overall written well. It's entertaining. Doesn't take too much brain power, and it gets to your emotions. Even though this was like just a novella, it's hard to get that emotional depth in a novella, which it was lacking for me for a bit. But the end, yeah, it got me in combination with Powerless, because this takes place the same timeline as the story in Powerless. You're just getting to know a little bit more of what's going on in other characters' lives during that timeline. Oh, it hurt. It hurt me. And even though I loved it and like this is a good story in my opinion, I'm like, why does this have to be the story? What do I want to rate this? I think I want to rate this 3.75. That's what I rated Powerless to, actually. So the fact that I'm reading a novella that I think is really impressive, because novellas, it's hard for me to rate novellas highly because it's just, you don't get as much as you need for like a 5-star feeling in a novella. Also, at the very end, there's a what's your elite power quiz. So I took it, and turns out I am a blazer, which is fire manipulation, not the elite power I would have thought I'd get. If I could choose, which I know you can't choose, but if I could choose, I would want to be a bluff. I would love to be able to detect lies. Good morning. Welcome to day 3 of reading 5 books in 5 days, not consecutively. I started Ricochet by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the second book in the Addicted series, or the Addicted Calloway series. I can't really tell you much about what this book is about because it is the second book in a 10-book series, but the first book follows Lily and Lo, and this one does too. They are childhood best friends. They've been fake dating for years because that's their way of hiding their addictions from their family. Lo, he is an alcoholic and Lily is a sex addict. And so the first book is kind of about them becoming a real relationship, but then realizing their addictions aren't very compatible with a healthy relationship. So I know people have said the first few books are a little hard to get through sometimes because it's not romantic. It's not a cutesy, fluffy, fun little romance. They are just very raw and honest and about addiction, which is a really hard, tough thing for anyone to go through no matter what they're addicted to. And it negatively impacts all of your relationships and your life, even if you don't realize it. Currently, I'm not in love with Lily and Lo as individuals, and I think I am emotionally connected to them. I love them, but the way their addictions impact who they are and how they behave, it makes them unlikable, which is also another way that addictions negatively impact people. So I'm excited to kind of get through the roughest parts. I don't know where this series is going to go. I am currently 112 pages in, about to start February. I think I just want to sit on the couch and like binge this. And it's weird because it's like I don't enjoy it, but I'm hooked. I'm in it.
Pearly, did you steal my seat and my blanket? I go to film one reading update and I come back to this. Oh, you're so cozy, huh? You're fully tucked in.
I am now 200 pages in. I'm enjoying it for what it is, but I also just don't enjoy reading about people fighting with their addictions. I'm not necessarily like having a great time because it's not like a fun read, but also for what it is, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be reading about it, and it's hard and uncomfortable, but I'm like rooting for these characters so much to like make it to the other side of their addictions. I love you, he says again, and no other man will ever say those words and mean them the way I do. Seeing how strong their love is, like they have to do this for themselves, but the love they give each other to support each other, it is very beautiful. And I think as the story progresses through the series, it's going to be such a beautiful story, like overall, you know? I'm confused. I think I might have just finished this. As you saw, I started The Really Dead Wives of New Jersey by Astrid Dahl this morning, and I'm thinking of DNFing it. But before we get to that, let me give you my final thoughts on Ricochet, which I read yesterday. I decided to give this 3 stars. Definitely is not my favorite, but I still love this story, this world, these characters. As I mentioned, I feel like a billion times yesterday, I just felt like I was repeating myself. I enjoyed this, but I don't enjoy reading about addiction. I can really appreciate reading books, characters, stories that are just very vulnerable and just very human, but they're not the types of books that I gravitate towards all the time, because even though I appreciate it and I like reading about it every so often, I need my cute, fluffy, like, romances to just, like, get me through life. This book didn't, like, it made me uncomfortable in the sense that addiction and pain and vulnerability is uncomfortable, not in the sense of like the book is bad and it made me uncomfortable. Does that make sense? I really hope that distinction is clear. And as I've already mentioned, I'm already attached to this world, these characters, and these families. And I did want to kind of show you. So this is the second book in the Addicted series, okay? This is a 10-book series with 3 couples. Then there's the Like Us series following their kids. And this is a 13-book series, and they do get chunky. Here's the 13th book. They have a lot to say. And I think what I love about this family, these stories that Krista and Becca Ritchie are writing, is that you know these characters like they are real people because you have so much time to be with them. And there is plot, there's drama. These are rich families with problems. They are broken human beings, as all of us are. Like, it's just very real. So there's plot going on, but there's also a lot of character-driven stuff going on. The Like Us series is their kids falling in love with their bodyguards. So that can only happen so many times, you know? So now there is a 3rd series, a 2nd spin-off series. I think this is called the Cobalt Empire series. And this continues the love stories of their kids. This is the first book in the series. It's like 700 pages. And also, in this series, couples have multiple books. You have 2, 3 books, 4 for one of them, to like really know them and love the characters. So since I'm already attached, because I read the Like Us series first, because I found that first years ago, I'm already like, I'm in it and I'm here for them, and I'm ready to go through the thick and thin with Lily and Lo and with all of the characters. I know that was a lot, but I just wanted to kind of show you that like this whole world is so well developed. Well, there's 10 books in this one, 13 in this one. So far, just 1 in this one. I think the second one comes out next year, but I don't fully know. There's 24 books of this family. I feel like I'm family now, you know, even though I haven't read all 24 yet. So even though this is a 3-star, wasn't my favorite, I got hair on me. This stuff is just hard to read sometimes because it's heavy. I still love it. Now, this one, The Really Dead Wives of New Jersey. I am 42 pages in, chapter 7. This is an interesting plot. This is a mystery book. I don't know if you'd count it as thriller. Basically, this is like as if the Real Housewives of New Jersey had a murder. The Golden State Goddesses is what these Italian New Jersey women, like myself, except I'm not like them at all. I'm just Italian and from New Jersey. I haven't been too interested in it. I never have gotten into any Real Housewives. I do think it's interesting. I've watched a few episodes with friends and like we have a good time like laughing over it, and it's entertaining, but it's nothing that I'm like, oh, I want to keep watching. And so I was like, okay, this is very niche, but I wanted to give it a shot. And I feel like the first bit of it was just like info dumping. I'm bored, and there was the prologue to like try to get you hooked that like kind of hints towards the murder. I don't know who's dead, but yeah, but I'm bored and I don't really care, and I don't really want to spend my day reading this. And then I was like, do I look at the audiobook? The audiobook is like 8.5 hours. This book is under 300 pages. Why is the audiobook 8 hours? So from where I'm at, there's 7.5 hours left in the audiobook. And I'm so bad at DNFing. I was like, do I not DNF? Do I just force myself to do that? But I don't want to be miserable. But I think I might DNF this book, which would still count because I'd be taking this off of my physical TBR and I'd be done with it. I kind of want to do that. It's official. I have DNF'd The Really Dead Wives of New Jersey. I feel guilty, but I shouldn't feel guilty. There's no reason to feel guilty. I'm allowed to DNF books. I'd rather spend my life enjoying myself, enjoying the books I'm reading, than spending my time forcing myself to read books that I'm just not that interested in. It's not that this is a bad book, it's just that this book was not for me, and that is okay. And I'm saying that to remind myself because I'm like having heart palpitations, feeling guilty for DNFing a book, even though I'm allowed to. So I've officially DNF'd this, which still counts because this whole video is about tackling my physical TBR. So by trying a book out and DNFing it, and I'm still taking it off my physical TBR. This is not a soft DNF. This is not, oh, I'll go back to it like some other books that I've done in the past. This is, I'm done. Bye, you are off the physical TBR. And since I, am unhauling basically that book, there's another book on my physical TBR that I've been wanting to unhaul for a bit. I have decided to unhaul The Last Mrs. Parrish by Liv Constantine. This has been on my physical TBR for 2 years. No part of me has ever wanted to read it. So why am I letting it take up space in my physical TBR when someone else could read this and enjoy it? So I am unhauling 2 books on my physical TBR, which is great, and gets 2 more books off my physical TBR. Not every book is for me, and I don't have to try to conform myself to liking every book. I'm allowed to be me and like to read what I want to read. That's the whole point of reading. It's objective. Again, these affirmations are for myself, not for you. Thanks for being here and supporting me in this hard time. I will see you tomorrow when I hopefully will read another book cover to cover and hopefully enjoy it, because that's always the goal.
Hi, can I get a small hot chocolate with whipped cream and then a plain bagel toasted with butter, please? Thank you so much. Good morning. I went to church today for the first time since I moved, and I survived. So this is your sign if you've been putting off church or you're scared to go alone, like I did. Go for it, girl. I'm with you in spirit, encouraging you on. I'm sitting in my car at a somewhat park, but I figured I'd sit here for a bit and read my book for today. I'm gonna read Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. This is the first book in a series. So much of my TBR are the first books in series, let's be honest. This one is a Regency fantasy. I think she's like half fae, so she has only half a soul. She's cursed with no sense of fear or embarrassment, which leads her to scandal. Dora hopes to be the quiet, sensible wallflower during the London season, so Bridgerton vibes, that's... But when Elias Wilder, the handsome, peculiar, and utterly ill-mannered Lord Sorcier, I don't know, discovers her condition, she's instead drawn into dangerous fairy affairs.
Okay, hear me out. I'm back home from the park, and I read like literally 3 pages just to get a clip. I was overheated. There was a softball game going on with them yelling their chants for each other. Love women supporting women, but also didn't want to hear it. I don't want to read all that today. I don't. I still feel a little slumpy, and I know sometimes the slumps you have to like find a way to push through, but I don't think I'm gonna like it trying to just push through. And I think this could be a great book, and I don't want it to be at a disadvantage, okay? Me trying to justify it. This I'm going to read eventually, but I decided not right now. I will one day read that. And I know this was day 5, reading 5 books in 5 days, but listen to me. The purpose of this video was to make a dent in my physical TBR, and the goal was to get 5 books off the TBR, but I actually got 6 books off my TBR. Let me walk you through it. Day 1, I read Dating After the End of the World by Jeneva Rose. So that's 1 book off the physical TBR. Then I read Powerful, the first novella in the Powerless series. So this is book 2 off of my physical TBR. Then I read Ricochet. So that is book 3 off my physical TBR. I attempted reading The Really Dead Wives of New Jersey, but could not get into it. Decided to DNF it because I'm growing and I'm allowing myself DNFs. So I unhauled this book, even though I currently still have it. I just haven't taken it to a free little library or found somewhere to donate it yet. But I'm unhauling this. This is currently officially off my physical TBR. So this is book 4 off of my physical TBR. I also unhauled The Last Mrs. Parrish. This is book 5 off of my physical TBR. And lastly, I didn't update you on this, but King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. I decided to unhaul this yesterday. This is a vampire, enemies to lovers, marriage of convenience, I'm gonna kill him on our wedding day type fantasy romantasy. I read 20 pages at the beginning of 2025 and I did not like it. It immediately was spicy, which I was like, we're not even 50 pages in. You don't even know him yet, but already he's causing you to get spicy. What is going on? And I just couldn't do it. So I soft DNF'd it. And there's been no part of me this entire year that's wanted to read it. And then I looked up reviews on Goodreads yesterday, and it literally was like, I prefer some plot with my smut. And I was like, okay, yep. And I read the other reviews that were along the same lines, and I'm just not interested in it. Like, I've heard the plot is not great. It's way too spicy for my preferences, so I'm not gonna read this. So I am allowing myself to unhaul it. So that is book 6 off of my physical TBR. The original thought was that I would be reading 5 books. I only read 3, but I also DNF'd/unhauled 3. So that is 6 books off my physical TBR. So really, I'm overachieving. So hopefully you can forgive me for not actually reading 5 books in 5 days, but I got 6 books off the physical TBR in one way or another in 5 days. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll forgive me for not exactly reading 5 books in 5 days. Love you.